Hello, everybody. This is Angel Ribo, the CEO, confident, and as you know, you're also known as the president and co-founder of the Wisdom for Kids Foundation. It's Saturday, and if it is Saturday and it's 8:30 morning, 8:30 a.m. here in the U.S. in the central time zone, it means that we are here with the goddess temple of Cacao. That means Judy Machado from Albania. Hi, Judy. How are you? Good morning.
I'm doing great. Thank you. It is a beautiful day here. Let me just show you. Yes, we're in Albania. We're in a cute little town called Saranda, which is in the southern part of Albania.
Wow, beautiful.
From water. And I have some new friends with me here today that we just met. These two beautiful people and their gorgeous dog, as you can see right there. We just met today from New York. They're going to say hello and share what's going on in their lives. And this is my friend too. He's from Albania.
Wonderful.
Hello.
It looks like you're having a feast, as you know, every single Saturday morning. You know, we're having this show here at the Expansion Network, Judy Machado and myself, and we talk about, basically making a reality check in the planet, traveling without fear. We are still in Albania, but we're going to talk about many different things because lots of different things are happening. And Judy has been kind enough to actually introduce us for the second time. We are outside. Right. So we are she's going to introduce us. Exactly. Wonderful day. It's also a wonderful day. It's a little bit overcast here in Dallas, Texas, but it's still going to be a great day. And so would you mind, Judy, introducing us to, well, maybe first introduce yourself, excuse me, because you are the goddess temple of Cacao. So what does that mean, Judy?
Oh my God. Thank you again for taking the time to do what you do, which is really to help everyone to connect to their hearts. And I'm so grateful to be here. I'm grateful that you've invited me to share my story. Since the beginning of January, I've been traveling the world. This is now the 4th country, visiting the countries that have no, literally if little, if any restrictions. And this is the 4th one, Albania. I'm settling here for a little bit. And then I've met some new friends and I'm excited because today we literally just met like half an hour ago.
Oh, nice.
Earlier and then just half an hour ago. And this beautiful couple here, they're from New York and they're also settling here for a while in Albania. And I'm excited for you to hear what their story is in terms of traveling without fear as well. Because that's obviously what we're talking about today is the importance of that and just a little bit of my history with me, with Cacao. The reason why my business is called Goddess Temple Cacao is because cacao, pure ceremonial cacao has literally changed my life in that it's expanded my awareness, my consciousness into a place where I can really start to travel and look without fear, understand why things are happening in front of us, how it's all part of this sort of puzzle that's being created to really recreate a whole new earth for ourselves. And we're all part of that. And I'm so excited.
Absolutely. You
bet.
bet.
If anyone is here listening too, thank you.
Absolutely. No, go ahead. I mean, I this is all about traveling without fear, traveling the world without fear. So I will be extremely glad to get to know your new friend. He has a special baseball cap. What is this cap about?
Wow, I don't know if you got asked that, but apparently I bought it in Amsterdam, but apparently people recognize it as something to do with Amsterdam. I thought it was just a restaurant, but it's somehow associated with the country and their politics, and people recognize it and they give a thumbs up from Amsterdam. So what's up, Netherlands, if you're out there? Also what's up, Brooklyn?
From Brooklyn.
Okay, so excuse me, what's your name again?
How you doing, friend? My name is Richie, and
Richie.
My wife Floriana, she'll be right back. But yeah, we're both from Brooklyn. We've been in Albania since the first of the year.
Oh, wonderful! That's
yeah. And we have plans on being here through the summer, at least. So it's been a great experience, and I'm for sure open. Albania is open. And it's been great. It's hard to, I think you called the parallel universe before, and for sure when we check in back home and stuff, it's Albania's open as best I can say.
So Richie, tell me something, Richie. So obviously, I mean, you're from Brooklyn and you are in Albania, which is very far away. Did you already have some? You said that you were in Amsterdam before. I mean, did you guys already have some like ties to Europe that made you start the year in Europe?
Floriana for that.
Wait till you hear Claudiana's story. It's gorgeous.
My name is Floriana. I'm originally from Albania, but I grew up in America. I went there in '97. So, and I have a lot of family here. A lot more family here in Albania actually than in America. So that's our connection with Albania. We came here about 3 years ago. I brought Richie here for the first time while we were dating.
That was our first trip.
Yeah, that was our first trip here, and we stayed in Himar, which is another place in the south. And we kind of just fell in love with Albania and the lifestyle here, the easygoing lifestyle, really. And so we always wanted to return, and this was our chance with this. With the boards to return.
Yes! Tell us, you have to hear their story. Their life changed during COVID in terms of career. Beautiful story.
Oh, really? Okay. So yeah, that was going to be my next. Well, obviously, I mean, Floriana and Richie, let me tell you something. Okay, so I am like Lightning McQueen. Do you know Lightning McQueen? You know the car. So I am like him, and Judy is the same way. You know why? Because we both like speed. Okay, so it takes courage, you know, for you, like just we just met you, right? And you're already here with us, and you're just a member of the family, right? So thank you very much, because I think that today what you're just saying, Richie and Floriana, it will help people to reconnect. I think that a lot of connection has been lost in the planet and among people. So I think that listening to those stories like yours, Richie and Floriana, I think that those are the stories that really will help people to reconnect to who they really are and to each other. So thank you very much for sharing, and thank you for doing, thank you for joining us so fast. I think that, we love this. I mean, we love to, like, the unplanned situations, it's like, it's the best of the best, because you don't plan something, but suddenly happens. And here at Expansion Network, what we do is we help, accelerate the consciousness of humanity. So it couldn't be a much better story than that. So, Richie, tell me, I mean, what do you guys do for a living? What do you do back in the US?
Yeah, well, back in Brooklyn, Ann and I are both in the medical field. I'm a sports chiropractor and an oral hygienist. And we have a side business that was turned into our primary business once COVID struck. We run what's called an e-foil surfboards. We run an e-foil school. So we also represent a company called LIFE. They make these surfboards, and we represent them in New York City and Long Island.
Okay.
Surfboards like surfing, like water surfing.
The fancy name is called a motorized hydrofoil surfboard. The short name is called an e-foil.
Oh, I've seen it. Yeah. I've seen it. Yes. I had forgotten the name, but yeah. Is it this fancy thing that like goes 1 or 2 feet above the surface?
Man, yes sir.
Is that the thing?
Fly above water.
What an amazing toy.
Oh my God. Yeah. I've seen it, but I forgot the name of that amazing stuff. So tell me how it sounds counterintuitive, right? How during COVID you actually can make like a surfboard. I mean, I've seen several videos. I've only seen one video, to be honest, but it's a video of a lady on some sort of lake or channel or flume, right? And she's like not doing anything but like surfing, right? Like going and thriving through the surface. So I mean, how can you possibly like shift your lives through that and being successful when the rest of the world is actually thinking about many other different things? Tell us the story, please. Share it with our audience, Richie.
We've had a very different go at this COVID. It really hasn't been a lockdown for, I mean, these boards, there's everything about being out at the beach, being in places, countries like this. They're very COVID safe, and we're out in the sun all day. We're getting exercise. We're having fun, and it's been a very different lifestyle. But for sure, as far as lockdown purposes go, this is COVID safe activity, man, for sure.
Yes, so true. Yeah. Middle of the water.
I mean, if we're closer than 6 feet, on the
problem.
boards out in the water, we're doing something wrong. Yeah. So, for sure, it's been great.
So you basically you are partners with them, and you sell their boards. That's what you do, or you make them, or
we're a school, so we focus more on lessons. So taking people and just giving them fun experiences, whether it means little day trips or a couple day excursions to certain areas. That's what we did back in Long Island. And now we're looking to bring that over here to the Mediterranean for this coming season. So we have all our gear on the way. It's on a cargo ship. Should be here soon.
Wow.
This is our first go at the southern part of Albania, but it's beautiful here. So it's going to be a perfect spot for what we do.
And any listeners, because I know so many people go on after once we're live on YouTube, or once we record on YouTube. Oh my God! Like, are these people? This is so. You have to get in touch with them. We're gonna post their information. So exciting.
Totally.
So amazing.
Totally.
Wow.
So, by the way, let me tell you something, because obviously you don't know because you are there, but there must be someone else on the table talking, and actually is closer to the computer, so we can hear more that gentleman. So just if you know, so just let him know or whatever, just for the sake of the audience. Sorry about that. It's just a matter of the sound, right? So nothing else. So
Albanian friend, right here.
Hello. So he's the Albanian friend. Okay. So what is your name? What is your name?
My name is Alban.
Alban.
Yes.
Like Albania, Alban.
Okay. Oh, wonderful. Okay. So Alban, tell me, do you live there in Saranda? You're a citizen of Saranda?
Oh.
Many places.
Not really, so just I have a summer house here, so I spend a lot of time here, but I'm not so permanently, let's say.
Oh, okay, fair enough. All right, okay, good. So how did you become friends with Judy and Richie and Floriana?
So first of all, I met Judy for casualty in one bar 3 days ago.
Coffee in the morning.
Yes.
And he stopped.
And with these both guys, because of them beautiful dog, they just was walking by.
You have to see the dog. Hang on.
They have a beautiful.
Okay, let's see the dog. Absolutely, you bet. Absolutely.
Hi, buddy. Show us your eyes. Show us your eyes.
Wow, that's a beautiful dog. Yes.
Beautiful, isn't it? Okay. Talk about an interactive interview.
So this is the dog of Richie and Floriana?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. Okay, so go ahead.
No, I'm just grabbing something. Sorry.
No, that's okay. Well, I mean, it really looks like you have a nice bottle of wine there and sparkling water and many other things.
We have paella also.
Exactly. So me being a Spaniard, you're telling me about paella. What can I say? So, and I love cooking paella myself. So thank you very much. It's early here. It's almost 9 a.m. here in Texas. But anyway, I love what you guys are doing, and that you're having a nice feast. And again, it's an example of what is happening right now in the world, right? It's not all lockdowns, and it's not all like, being, unfortunately being, suggested to do things. And I wanted to share, as you know, last week I announced that the governor of Texas had said that, all the restrictions were lifted.
Yes.
So let me tell you a little bit things that have been happening here in Texas since then. As I anticipated, obviously, there's a lot of, reaction, right? So there's a lot of inertia. So there's still a lot of people that, and businesses mainly, so the grocery stores and mainly the big box stores, that they are reluctant to lift the the mandates and the restrictions, unfortunately. So I think this is going to take some time until things settle and people regain fully their ability to go to places without having to wear masks if they decide to do that. So again, as I always say, and as we always say with Judy, we are here to build bridges, and we are here to offer a different perspective of what's happening in the world. We're not here to judge anybody. We respect, every way of thinking. We understand that, everybody stands in a different side as far as everything that's going in the world. Right now, it's, March 2021. It means that we've been for 12 months already, if not more, under, different restrictions. And we understand that people are in fear, and we understand that people are, not everybody thinks the same way. And we're not here, as I said before, to judge anybody, but rather to show the world that there's things happening in other countries, and that we can still have fun and we can still travel the world without fear. And Albania is just an amazing country. It's funny, like myself being from Barcelona or close to Barcelona, I had never been in Albania, unfortunately. Right now, it's very clear to me that I have to go to Albania, and I have to.
Come.
Absolutely.
Everyone has to come here.
Absolutely. I should definitely go there. And if in that particular restaurant they also prepare a nice paella, what else can I say? So let me tell you. So then the big box, stores are still like with the restrictions. Obviously, online there's a lot of you see a lot of like controversy about it. There's a lot of people saying, well, it was already time to do that. Others that say, we're going to keep on respecting some restrictions from the big box stores, and that's okay. It is what it is. A lot of school districts, that's good news. A lot of good school districts in Texas have said that they will stop, obliging the kids to wear masks, which is great, because as you know, there's been hundreds of thousands of kids, and Texas has not been an exception, that have been obliged to wear the masks. And obviously, again, it's not about judging anybody. I'm just saying, pure science here. As you know, the size of a virus is much smaller than the holes that the masks allow. That's one thing. Also, it's been proven that, over time there's bacteria that is being built up on the masks. So, and obviously, I think that allowing the kids to, freely breath. I think it's a good thing to do. And again, allowing everybody to stand at whatever is the side that they're standing regarding the masks is okay, and it's fine. But I think that it's already very good moves that many school districts here are allowing freedom to decide to let the people decide what they want to do with their kids and with the masks that the kids are wearing. I know that again, I'm following this very, very closely because obviously I have two kids in school age, so that's extremely important. And I'm sure I'm actually myself writing to the school district to make sure that they know what's going on and what the parents think. It's been interestingly enough here in Texas, it's been spring break the last week, so. I think the next week is going to be much more important to see how changes go in general here in Texas. But there was also a very controversial, as you know, we've been pushed from many different sides, right? And the politicians are not an exception. And again, I'm not judging anybody, but exactly this week was when the legislature here in Texas was meeting, and they only meet once a year. So interestingly enough, they only meet once a year, and they were trying to pass a bill allowing the governor to basically take many positions that typically are in the hands of the legislature to be in his hands, so he could basically decide almost anything. So in times of crisis or emergency, you name it. But it was discussed this week. It still hasn't been voted, so next week is going to be voted. So we'll see what happens with this new bill. Again, it's I'm nobody to judge anybody. It's just we are just here to throw and share the news with the world. But and anyway, but this is what's happening. This is what's happening here, and we will keep on being witnesses of what's going on in the world. Also, something that happened this week, as you know, Judy and I are probably one of the most well-connected people in the world. And there were this, news going on that our wonderful president of Tanzania,
oh my God, yes,
had disappeared, had died, and so many other things. And exactly. So as you know, Judy was already in Tanzania earlier last year. So probably you would like to share a few things here about him.
Clear that up. Thank you, because I've had so many friends from Toronto and from North America especially contact me because they know I was in Tanzania just a few months ago. I think it was middle of January, and I met, as we all know, I did a whole video on YouTube about Tanzania and the president of Tanzania, who had many questions in the beginning of COVID, just like many people do, and couldn't really get any answers. And one of them was around the PCR test, and he was concerned that so many people were positive but didn't have any symptoms, and so we had questions. No one's answering these questions, so he himself decided to submit two tests to the WHO, the WHO. One was a sample of a goat DNA. The other one was a papaya sample, and both samples came back positive from the WHO. And so that's when the president of Tanzania said, you know what, I can't get answers. There's something strange happening here. Here's what we're going to do, nation. Let's do this broadcast. Everybody listen to this broadcast. There's something else happening here. We can't understand it. So what we're going to do is we're not going to do any tests. I'm not going to accept any PCR tests into this country. And instead, I'm going to ask you all to please wash your hands as much as you can, which, by the way, as a side note, has almost eliminated apparently some other disease that was going on there because, you know, not washing foods or their hands or whatever. And let's all pray because they're very, very religious. You know, the president's very religious and the nation's very religious. So he said, let's pray for 3 solid days. Since I've just made this decision, I will not be accepting any PCR tests into the country. And so the whole nation, he encouraged congregation leaders, church leaders, everybody, please encourage your members to do this. So everyone prayed consistently for 3 days that weekend. And that was back in July or June or something like that. And they have not done any testing, like they've not accepted any PCR tests. And so of course, they're getting so much pressure from the WHO, from, I don't know, everybody out there who's, you know, whatever. And so there was in the news a few months ago or a few weeks ago that the president of Tanzania admits that he's been covering up cases, which was so interesting. I have a friend who we met at one of the hotels we stayed at the concierge. He's from the concierge, beautiful guy whose mom works with the president. And so he could tell me exactly what's happening, you know, and so that happened a few weeks ago where all over the news was that the president admitted that he was hiding cases. So I went to look at this and you can't find a name of a journalist on any of these articles. That's how they create fake news because nobody is going to take liability for this. But then of course the big media picks it up, right? The big media picks it up and starts talking about it. So I checked with my friend and said, is this true? Is the president admitted to anything? He's like, of course not. It's all just bullshit. They're just trying to, you know, create more stories. And then again, just last week, I see it was all over the media that the president now is missing. No one can find the president of Tanzania and they think he's in Kenya recovering from COVID. So again, I messaged my friend out there in Tanzania, what's going on? He's like, and he sends me pictures. Here's our president. Here he was yesterday at a fish cookout. Like, this is just ludicrous. And yet the big media is picking up these stories, right? And sharing this stuff. And again, if you look at the articles, you can't find a journalist, the name of a journalist. So we have to just like establish some critical thinking here. We cannot just believe everything that we're listening to, especially from the media. And even from each other, you know, because we're all just learning things we're hearing things from each other. And we just have to again, that's what I love about your work is really go into your heart because your heart will always know. Does this feel like controlling? Is there some kind of manipulation in here? Is this coming from love? Does this feel like this is for the greater good? And that's what we're all just learning here in this Earth School, right? Is just how to do that.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing.
Check with my friend, and that's the story, and it's a beautiful story that the president out there is holding strong with that.
Exactly. Thank you very much for sharing. I mean, I very often I'm being asked when I get to be interviewed on a lot of podcasts over the week. And every single time they ask me things, but very often the podcast host asks me about my political views or or sometimes also what, you know, as you know, Judy, I do a lot of work with underprivileged kids in Latin America, and we help them become entrepreneurs. And for us, it's always, I mean, when we are being asked, you know, what if you had to suggest something to a young kid, a young entrepreneur, someone, so that's going to change his life forever. Right now, I consistently say critical thinking. And I think that, you know, we all have to develop this ability to, you know, not take anything by its face value and try to do some research. And by the way, I'm going to an anecdotal thing now. I'm so curious about what Richie is eating because we've been following every single bite that he's made. So
I held up as long as I could, to be honest, but it's too good.
Exactly. It must be really good. But what is it? What is it, Richie?
Pulpo gallego.
Oh my God, pulpo gallego. But yeah. What kind of restaurants are you guys in? Oh, pulpo gallego brings me again so many memories. Okay, I
pulpo here also.
Hey, I need the contact information of all these, you know, wonderful friends we've made in Albania. So if you don't mind, after the interview today, if you don't mind, thank you. This is a wonderful place. Oh my God. Yeah. If you guys don't mind sharing, exactly. Thank you. If you guys don't mind sharing the information, it would be nice to be in touch and people can reach out to you. And let me tell you something. Now that there's apparently such a you know, incipient like new American and North American community in Albania. Maybe there's another business for you, Richie, which is, you know, relocating people temporarily to Albania from North America. I think that could be like something that you could put out there, maybe some lead magnets or something, you know, marketing wise. Honest, I'm being honest.
Country itself, to be honest, as just you know, obviously my wife's from here, so it's just a little different for her experience. But it's tough to find like your traditional travel information about Albania online. It's not as popular just yet, but it should be. It's every bit of the Mediterranean of that you could imagine. It's every single bit of it, and there's just I don't know how to describe Albania. It's a good place, man. It's a good place.
It's funny how us in North America, we know all about Italy, we know all about Greece. Those are the first places we'll go visit. Portugal. Like even me, when my friends said we're going to Albania, I had to look on the map. I was like, oh, okay, what's going on in Albania? I never think of coming here. And now it's like, are you kidding me? The whole world needs to know about this place. It's so beautiful, just as beautiful as Greece and Italy and Portugal. The food's incredible. The people are so beautiful. Oh my God.
Look at me.
Yeah, we have to look at him again. Yes.
Oh my God. And it's just
this is extra
so publicity. So it's just beautiful.
And for every nice hotel you can find on Albania online, there's 10 more here that for whatever reason aren't online. But they are top-notch properties down to anything you're looking for any type of travel.
And last share that I've actually rented an apartment for a month here. So I have this agent, this beautiful man and his wife who their office is actually right over there. And they help to secure places for people, right? And he told me in the last 8 months that he has never had so much business with expats and nomads coming in here. So people who don't really live anywhere, they just travel around, and expats who are coming with other companies. He says it's insane how busy it is for the last 8 months. And a lot of these places, especially where we are right now in Saranda, it's a real beach town, right? Like it comes alive in the summer, although we're loving it right now with the weather and everything. But apparently this place is packed like sardines in the summer. And it's just, like there's so many apartments, there's so much abundance here to come and just enjoy, do your work. Like look at these guys doing their work out here. Like why wouldn't you want to be here? Right? And same with me. And thankfully I have the ability to be remote. And that's been a gift to be here. And so awesome. I'm in a place where I'm not even really sure how long I'm going to be here. Maybe longer than a month. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Exactly. Well, thank you. Again, we always try to keep our shows short because people like to, digest and watch the shows like while they're doing something else. And it's Saturday. We always get very, very good, very nice comments. People appreciate that we're giving hope and we're giving faith, and that we can see with our own eyes what's happening in the world without anybody telling us, or without, as you said before, articles that nobody signs because they are just fake news. So develop a critical thinking. And it's been a blessing again, Judy, to meet with you on a Saturday afternoon for you. You enjoying such an amazing food, and having this handsome Albanian on your left, and having this amazing couple on your right. Exactly. Floriana and Richie. So, we would definitely like to keep in touch with all of you. Okay, moving forward, if it's possible, please comment on the comments. There he is, the most handsome Albanian, no doubt about it. Okay, all right. So he's enjoying the meal as well. So let's keep in touch, because as you, exactly, that would be very nice. And Judy, please share with the world what is the best way to be in touch with you.
Yeah, through my website, goddesstemplecacao.com, or through Instagram, same thing, Goddess Temple Cacao. If anyone has any questions about travel, about anything, really reach out to me. It would be my pleasure, my honor to share whatever I can share to support you too. But the bottom line is we can all travel right now without fear. There are places, especially right now, there's 7 countries in the world where there are no restrictions, where you can come in, there's no PCR test, it's open, it's safe, it's beautiful. This parallel universe that's existing.
Exactly.
Why not?
I agree.
Pick up and come and join. And it's all about, I believe the reason why we're seeing a lot of this is because they don't really, you talk to a lot of these locals and they don't really want to talk about COVID. They don't really care about it. So they're not even putting any energy into it. So therefore it doesn't build into a consciousness. Whereas, where I'm from, Toronto, it's 24/7 on the media, cases, fear. And so of course, this is what happens, this is what's created. So, we can all create our own reality, even if you're stuck somewhere where it is 24/7 lockdown. It's all about what we're listening to, who we're following, and what we're putting out into the world too.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. So thank you again for taking some time of your weekend. Again, great to meet you guys. Keep on having fun.
Having us.
Absolutely. I think that having fun is one of the most important secrets for living in a parallel universe.
Wow.
By the way, exactly. There's a great book. It's coming from someone that I've been following for many years. There's a great book called The Parallel Universes of Self. The guy is called Frederick Dodson, and that book is amazing. So maybe we're mentioning parallel. I love the concept of parallel universes. It's funny because I use it all the time, Richie. So I couldn't agree more. So and we are able to actually build our own parallel universes. So again, to everybody in Albania right now, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. Enjoy. Okay. Thank you very much. And again, for us here in Dallas, Texas Expansion Network, thank you very much for being with us today. And we hope that you have enjoyed our conversation with Judy and Floriana and Richie and his Albanian friend, their Albanian friend, as much as we have. Keep on thinking that and believing that there's really many different places out there in the world to which you can travel without absolutely any fear. Thank you very much. We'll see you again next week. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.